Hey everyone, I just want to make a quick video. By the way, in the background you hear Miriam and our baby playing a little bit. She's currently awake. Yeah, we're currently cruising through Switzerland on our way to Zurich. And although I did previous videos in which I mentioned that, don't watch Europe too much in terms of numbers for deliveries for NIO, I also commented a bit on the mistakes that NIO has done in Europe, or kind of observing some of the things that are not going well in the background as a NIO customer, but also on a strategic level. Not too much focus on the deliveries again, because I think the most important part is the Chinese market for now. However, if I could make a couple of suggestions, some of them obviously too late by now, but it would have been a possibility for Europe in general to wait a little bit with actually selling cars and first going to start building out swap stations, right? So that would be one suggestion that could fit for the whole European market. But again, as I'm just here in Switzerland, I was thinking, going through the country here, about why didn't they make an entry into the Swiss market in the very beginning. So one thing I noticed is that they have now, it seems at least, that the general manager for Switzerland is not with NIO anymore. That might be part of the whole consolidation thing, where they're kind of, it seems like they have one European management team now in taking responsibility for the whole markets, instead of having too many double positions in each of the markets and so on. So that might be, one victim, if you will, of that. So it seems like it doesn't happen immediately here with Switzerland. And I'm wondering why they didn't consider this market earlier. And the reason why is, first of all, Switzerland is actually obviously a country full of very affluent people, so lots of people who could actually afford a NIO car. And it's one of the issues now that NIO cars are not really mass market cars, right? So it does need some very good buying power in a market for selling lots of NIO cars. And I think Switzerland would actually fit this very well. And another thing which would be very preferential for an earlier kind of go-to-market and testing things out strategy for Switzerland, as opposed to, for example, going into Germany right away, where they possibly thought it's the biggest market. Another thing is, of course, this is a small country, so now we're going from Italy to Switzerland basically 2 hours, and this also means you don't have to place too many battery swap stations in order to have a nice coverage of swap stations, and that makes it much easier as a starting point to start selling cars. As I previously suggested, they could have started first laying out all of the battery swap stations, especially in Germany, where they're now facing lots of bureaucracy, and also where they have to, possibly think now if it makes sense to scale swap stations first in order to get some of the revenue streams for the grid balancing. So that's an opportunity in Germany for sure. And now we're entering one of the tunnels here. I hope it's going well with the filming, and I'll just continue. By the way, I'm doing this all here on the NIO Autopilot. It's very intuitive, very safe in my opinion. It's working fabulously. I only have to grab the wheel, and that's it. It's managing the speed, and it's keeping the lane even in curves. It's no problem at all. So very good experience going here through Switzerland. And now coming back, so the density is one opportunity, but then also the fact that it's 3 languages. It's German, it's French, and it's Italian. And that wouldn't that be a good starting point to venture from Switzerland into the other European markets, which some of them have those different languages, like the German market, Austria, then going to France, going to Italy, which it seems they have planned, right? But now they're making all of those market entry strategies for each of these markets, while if they would go to a small market, like a small but affluent market like Switzerland, testing it out on a very dense population, a dense size, they could build up so much knowledge about how to advertise in Italian, how to advertise in French and so on, how does it work with the battery swap stations and so on, and then really go into the whole European markets. I think that's possibly another missed opportunity because, well, all we know is now they have no country manager here. Doesn't mean that Switzerland's not gonna happen. But anyways, I think maybe that would have been a strategic way of approaching the European market in another way, also more cost effective possibly. And yeah, I'm wondering, you know, I haven't done any market research, like how big is the Swiss market. Maybe it doesn't really matter that much, but of course I see lots of Teslas here on the road, and in general I think those people here could afford a car. So just some quick thoughts here on our way to Switzerland, to Zurich. Yeah, thanks for watching, and see you in our next videos.